When most people think of DCU, words that spring to mind are those like vibrancy, youth and energy. But with the Intergenerational Learning Programme, DCU also provides a second chance at education for older generations.
That was the top one there, yeah.
So the Intergenerational Learning Programme is here for nearly 6 years. It started off as a doctoral thesis by Dr. Trudy Corrigan in the School of Education Studies, and she was just looking at the whole idea of intergenerational learning. So we started off with a piece of funding from the Department of Communications, Energy and Natural Resources, and they asked us to get involved in a Benefit For programme, which is trying to get older people using technology and IT savvy. So we started with Saturday classes, and then people came along and said, gosh, we like this environment, we love meeting the students and the volunteers, and is there anything else on offer?
We went to discover why they chose to come back to education later in life.
I came here because my wife decided I should come here. I was an accountant, tax accountant, and after I retired I was doing nothing really.
As I say, I spent quite a number of hours on my laptop, but I had no formal training. I had never taken a course in computers, and I felt at times I was groping around a little bit in the dark, and so I thought I'd come along and hope that there would be something useful in it for me.
I'm in a ladies' club, and at one of our meetings it was announced, and there was an immediate response. I know a good few people have taken it. There are various classes, so I just happened to sign on to one that I didn't know anybody, but I quickly got to know Dolores, which has been nice. And we had a lovely chap, Robin, helping us, and he was very good, very patient.
As we interacted with the participants of ILP, we began to wonder how they felt being surrounded by a younger generation.
I've been to a string of universities. I was in Maynooth, and then I was in UCG. I did a HDip there. I did a certificate course in Oxford, and I did an MA in London, and then I came back. My final venture was an MA in UCD in Development Studies. So in and out of universities is no problem.
We have great fun, and the whole purpose of coming up here every Tuesday is having fun, and we do. And we don't mind coming up here, and I kind of get in between the legs of all the tall young students, where Lucy kind of looks down at them because she's so tall. But you know, we don't feel out of place here. We never felt out. We're sure we didn't. No. We've always felt at home with all the students. You know, funny, but it's great. It's just a great Tuesday.
I'm just sorry I didn't do it earlier.
Exactly.
You know,
exactly.
Sooner, I'd come to university sooner.
Yeah.
But what happens is that if you look at the young students, you forget what age you are yourself.
Oh, you do.
You know,
totally.
you don't. It's only when we really look at each other that we realise we're slightly different.
It's the value of keeping the mind ticking over. The value of being surrounded by young people. That's the great thing about the campus. I mean, you walk into the place in the morning and it reminds me of my youth.
Wisdom is many different things to many different people. During our time at ILP, we discovered that everyone has their own unique insight into what wisdom really means to them.
Wisdom to me is being able to cope with today.
Well, I suppose it is definitely life teaches you, but the wisdom is knowing when you are right and wrong in something and admitting it and going back and starting again. I think it's like the 3 chances in life. The wisdom is the 3rd chance to make the best of it while you're going. Especially to young people, I'd say take all your chances and don't waste them, and that's the wisdom I'd like to pass on. But
I think part of the wisdom too is, certainly at my age, not thinking you're right all the time, because you're not. Nobody's right all the time.
I suppose it's the ability to absorb knowledge from whatever source.
I think just engaging, whether it's on a social level or in a learning environment. I just think keeping your mind open, listening and engaging with life. I think that's really, maybe.